Enjoy it the first year, folks, because at some point they're going to he'll have to stop doing the other because he's too valuable at one. He not only opened the 50-50 club, he created a VIP area within it.
大谷翔平という選手について、アメリカ人はどんな言葉を持っているのか。史上最高、規格外。そんな表現はもはや使い古されたように聞こえるかもしれません。しかし長年スポーツと向き合ってきたリッチ・アイゼンや、現場で毎日大谷を見つめる実況者、そしてスポーツ史家まで、それぞれがまるで違う角度から同じ選手のことを語り始めます。なぜ彼らは言葉を尽くしてでも大谷翔平を語ろうとするのか、そしてその言葉の奥にどんな感情が流れているのか。今回は米国人が大谷翔平をリスペクトする理由を5つの視点から読み解いていきます。まずは歴史が動いた夜の話からです。
We have to talk about Shohei Ohtani.
Bro.
I don't know if there are any superlatives left to describe accurately what we're seeing from this guy. But this guy entered play in Miami yesterday. 2 home runs and 1 stolen base shy of the 50-50 club. Nobody's ever hit 50 home runs in the same season in which they've stolen 50 bases. Nobody's ever had that. And he entered yesterday's game 2 home runs shy, 48, and 1 stolen base shy, 49, and emerged from the game 51 and 51.
Like what?
Okay.
What? Excuse me?
Like,
come again?
And he did it in a game. 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, 6 for 6, 5 extra base hits, 10 runs batted in. So he not only...
That can't be real.
He not only reached the 50 home run mark and exceeded it, but he reached the 50 stolen base mark and exceeded that. If we do, in fact, see another 50-50 player in our lifetimes, or our children, your beautiful young boy was hanging out here earlier today.
He was.
Before the show. Cage was here. My children grow up and see another 50-50 member. I think we can safely guarantee they will never enter such club in the manner in which Ohtani established it on Thursday. He not only opened the 50-50 club, he created a VIP area within it. Okay? He not only established the velvet ropes, but then, like a Mike Del Tufo 50th birthday party,
Thank you.
created special laminates to enter other more very important sections to it.
If you were going to say it, I was going to say it.
So, and by the way, I'm done making Del Tufo Ohtani references
Thank you.
and analogies. That's done. One last other sort of observation here, and how special it is, and how off the charts remarkable this player is. Because when you look at others who have hit 50 home runs before, he's doubled the number of stolen bases anybody who's hit 50 home runs before have done. Okay, so it's not like he's established the 50-50 club. He's crushed it. Other 50-20 players, which is the only other club that had been open before this, A-Rod in 2007 had 24 stolen bases. Willie Mays in 55 had also 24 stolen bases. He now has 51. He's doubled it. And in terms of players who have stolen 50 bases and the most home runs that anybody's ever hit in that category, he's beaten Ronald Acuna Jr. by 10 home runs and Eric Davis of the Reds by 14 home runs, and counting. It's not like the season's over.
Yeah.
But here's the stat that shows it all. with everything that he did yesterday and becoming the first Dodger to ever have 10 runs batted in, right? You want to put that board up as well? Because as you might imagine, Sean Mitchell was very happy to create multiple boards for this segment.
He was basically live texting us last night.
Dodger fan of the Rich Eisen show. First player in Major League Baseball history with 3 home runs and 2 stolen bases in a game. First player in Major League Baseball history with 10 runs batted in and 5 extra base hits in a single game. By the way, one of his doubles, almost a triple, got thrown out of third.
Yep.
First Dodger with 10 runs batted in one game. 7th Major League game with 17 total bases. 16th Major League game with 10 runs batted in. But this statistic says it absolutely all. In the history of Major League Baseball, okay, runs batted in became a stat in 1920. Since that day, we've seen players with 10 runs batted in a game, right? We've seen players with 6 or more hits in a game. We've seen players with 5 or more extra base hits in a game. We've seen players hit 3 or more home runs in a game, and we've seen players steal 2 bases or more in a game. We've seen that. But we've never seen anybody collectively do that in an entire career. Nobody's retired from baseball saying, I've done each and one of those things in a game in my career. And Ohtani did it Thursday, all in one game, to establish the 50-50 club. And then he decided, oh, now there's a 51-51 club as well. Joe.
Rich, thank you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. It was so much fun. Okay. So selfishly,
yes,
I was like, he has to do it today because I was leaving after the game for NFL.
Yep.
I'm thinking, oh, what a bummer this is going to be. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, as the game's going on, he gets his 50th steal in the first inning. I'm thinking, okay, he can't homer. My only chance now, because there's no way he's going to hit 2 home runs today, right? My only chance is that he leaves here with 48. They kind of pitch around him this weekend, and then I'm back next Tuesday, can do it then. And then he hits 49. I'm like, oh, man, it's not. But Shohei Ohtani, just unreal. As fun of a day as I've had in my career.
And it sounded it looked it, and then he hits 51 later on, right? And the stat that leapt out at me is 10 or more runs batted in, 6 hits in a game, 5 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases. Since the runs batted in stat existed in 1920, there have been players who have had at least one of those games in their career, right? But nobody's ever had one of those games, all of those games in their entire career.
Yeah.
And Ohtani did it in one day yesterday in establishing the 50-50 club. I've never seen anything like it. I've never heard anything like it. And for you to be sitting there, I am not surprised to hear that that's one of the greatest days of your career, Joe. Unreal.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? And we talked about this on the broadcast. He could have had this day in mid-May, and it still would have been one you could argue is the greatest individual day in baseball history. But he did it to get 50-50 and to punch his first ticket to the postseason. All rolled into one day. Like he continues to do things that if you were to roll this out pitch this as a Hollywood script, it'd get turned away because it's unbelievable. Like this stuff doesn't happen. Like, nobody's going to believe that. It's a stupid script. Too unbelievable. And he does this frequently where it's like there's no chance something like this happens. He continues to defy the odds in every way.
Yeah, and he could have hit for the cycle too. That was the only thing missing. He got thrown out at third.
Right.
Yeah,
he should, on one of the, maybe on home run 51, he should have intentionally missed third. Have him make sure they appeal back there, triple, get a cycle in there, just kind of the gravy on top.
さて、いかがでしたか？もしこれを映画の脚本として持ち込んだら絶対に却下されるよ。リッチ・アイゼンの番組でそう語られたほどの夜が現実に起きていました。 まあ翔平大谷だからねという言葉が当たり前になっている今、しかしかつて誰もそう言えなかった時代がありました。最初の年を楽しめ、そのうちどちらかに専念させられる。アメリカに来た当初、大谷翔平には懐疑論が渦巻いていました。リッチ・アイゼンはその時代からすでに言い切っていたのです。ではご覧ください。
What Shohei Ohtani is doing right now for the Los Angeles Angels is not normal. He's not normal.
He's that.
Okay? And I know I say this with hesitation for him and for the Angels because recently, as you know, we have gone all in on Ellie De La Cruz, the 21-year-old switch-hitting phenom in Cincinnati. And since we most recently did that, he has struck out almost every single time he's come to the plate.
He's in a 1 for
He's
15.
shaky. Ever
It's
since
fine.
I'm like, you know what, put him in the All-Star game.
It's okay.
You got to consider putting him in the All-Star game. So I don't want to put the Ziggy on this guy, but I think he's Ziggy-proof, quite frankly. It's not normal what Shohei Ohtani is doing right now. Last night, he became the first pitcher in the American League to hit 2 home runs in a game and strike out 10 batters since Pedro Ramos in 1963. So it has been, we'll do the math for you, 60 years since we saw somebody in the American League do what Shohei Ohtani did last night. And I know you can push back and say, well, okay, Rich, well, they had the designated hitter for a long time. Okay. 2 home runs, 10 strikeouts in a game. I don't care if there was a designated hitter for much of the last 60 years in the American League. This is stupid. I don't know how we can possibly compute what we are seeing from Ohtani. First career game with 10-plus strikeouts and a homer. First time he's hit 2 home runs in a game in which he's pitched. Let's not forget when he started doing this, coming over to America to do this. Everyone's like, enjoy it the first year, folks, because at some point they're going to have to stop him from doing this or have him do one or the other, or he'll be so great at one that he'll have to stop doing the other because he's too valuable at one. And he's only getting stronger and better. The fact that he stands at the plate and homers and then goes out in the next half inning and strikes out multiple people and then strolls back into the dugout, has his Gatorade. Then he goes back out and he strikes out multiple people and he goes back in the dugout, has his Gatorade, steps at the plate and homers again. It's stupid. How many more times can I tell you what is happening is not normal? If he was doing this for the Dodgers, you'd be hearing about it a hell of a lot more. Period. And I know that's the Los Angeles Angels.
I think
he'd be doing it for the Red
lots
Sox
of
and the
teams,
Yankees or
yeah.
whatever, and that's why he's got to figure out if this matters to him,
Cardinals.
if it matters to him or not. And the modern day Mickey Mantle, right next door to Mickey Mouse, has got a Goliath, a total Goliath.
もしこれがドジャースで起きてたらもっと騒がれてる。リッチ・アイゼンはエンゼルス時代にそう言っていました。そしてその言葉通り、大谷翔平はドジャースへ移籍してからもそれ以上の活躍を見せ続けます。ではご覧ください。
I saw this week. I've been watching baseball my whole life. It's and I've seen a lot. I've seen Kirk Gibson's home run. I saw the Big Red Machine in person.
Oh my God.
I've been really lucky and I've seen a lot. But I cannot believe that I witnessed a man pitch 5 no-hit innings using only about 58 pitches, and then the same man hit his 50th home run of the year. It's like you just can't believe that is possible.
Rob, we talked about that the next day on this program, and the manner in which we talked about it is that people take it for granted now from him, that this is a unicorn. He threw 5 no-hit innings.
Threw 100 miles an hour.
Stays in the game, and then pokes his 50th home run out of the yard. And it's just like, oh, okay, that's Shohei Ohtani.
And a moonshot.
It's unreal.
Anybody will tell you, the sound of his
Correct.
bat
Yep.
is unlike anybody that you've ever heard. And it's true. The first time I went and saw him live, that's what I was struck by. And I talked to Dave Roberts afterward. I go, is it just me? He goes, no, I've never heard anything like it.
さていかがでしたか。まあ翔平大谷だからねという一言に全てが詰まっているように思えます。 それを当たり前として受け入れるほどアメリカのスポーツファンは彼の異常さに慣れ始めている。しかしリッチ・アイゼンが見ていたのは才能だけではありませんでした。ではご覧ください。
What is it like to be in a World Series stadium watching Shohei Ohtani be unstoppable? What is that like for you?
You have to remind yourself that you're watching the greatest player who ever played baseball. And I think he's in the conversation for the greatest athlete ever. And what has especially come out in this postseason is, for the first time, is Shohei, I mean, wildly talented, but in this postseason, for the first time, we're seeing competitive rage. Like, we saw it in Tiger Woods. We saw it in Michael Jordan. We've seen it in Tom Brady. But there was a game against Milwaukee, game 2 of that series. He strikes out with the bases loaded. And he's going back to the dugout, and you could see in his face he was so angry. And the next day, he goes out on the field and he takes batting practice in Dodger Stadium, which he never does. And it's clear he's angry. And Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, told us that he's asked, like, how much is Shohei aware of the narrative around him? And by that time, there was conversations about, you know, does the pitching take away from his hitting and vice versa? And his interpreter told Dave he hears it all. Like, he absorbs it all, like we always heard about Jordan. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, is that the talent, and now with this hyper focus, understanding how people are watching him, it's so cool. And I mean, to have a major league manager after the game basically say, yeah, we're not pitching to him anymore. He's that good. John Schneider, the Blue Jays manager, after walking him 5 times intentionally, saying going forward that's how he's going to deal with him. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's not like there's a 200 hitter behind him. There's Betts, Freeman, and Smith behind him.
Hall of Famers.
So you are intentionally walking into an individual to potentially set up a big inning. Right. And also, forget a big inning, half the time that they did that last night, it was in a all you need is 1-run situation.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've seen Bonds. I know Buck Showalter walk Bonds with the bases loaded once. I mean, that's the only thing you can compare it to. And it's interesting, though, too, Buster Olney from ESPN Radio and ESPN here on the Rich Eisen Show, that you mention for Ohtani competitive rage, because I would also use the words effortless joy to describe the way he plays the game as well. And so you've got a combination of effortless joy and competitive rage. Holy cow. Honestly, I'm now out of words. Unbelievable. What, again, I don't know how much interaction you have with the guy, and whatever you do have, if you can roll it into this answer, is how is he able to just not feel pressure? Because he looks like, again, when I watch him play, the only equivalent I could see of anybody I've ever seen is Roger Federer, right? Where he never sweat. You never saw Roger Federer sweat. Like, literally, even when he's in a 5th set, it's damn near 4 hours on the court, and you never saw him literally sweat or figuratively sweat. And like, look at this shot right here. He's not even sweating. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what is it with him, Joe? You know?
There's still, even though I'm around him every day, there still is this mystery, this mystique about him. Part of that is the language barrier. Even though he speaks great English, there is that little bit that keeps you from getting too close to him or feeling like you understand him completely. So it's hard to totally get behind the psychology for me. I'm sure there are people that feel like they can answer that better. What I would say, just my own opinion, the work that he puts in, and all these guys, right? All these professional athletes put in work, but his seems to be at a whole nother level of methodical and measured, and to the point where I would think when he gets into the game, when you combine his natural ability with that intentional practice that he does every day and has done every day for most of his life, you get just this unshakable confidence and a dry brow every night.
さて、いかがでしたか？全部聞いている。全部受け止めている。この一言が全てを変えます。外から見れば楽々と見える姿の内側に、周囲の声を受け取り怒りを燃料に変える精神が宿っている。しかしその強さを持ちながら、大谷翔平は驚くほど謙虚だとリッチ・アイゼンたちは口を揃えます。ではご覧ください。
Okay?
Tough guys to root against.
And
very likable.
Or hold on a minute. Shohei Ohtani. Now.
We don't know anything about him.
Yeah, but
Let me help you with this. Last night, had the opportunity, and I took it, of having my 12-year-old son, Cooper Evan Eisen, go and meet Ohtani at the game last night. Two choices. You have two choices.
You had the chance.
I took advantage of the chance, and two choices. One, Ohtani would not give us the time of day because he's too big time.
No. He's probably the nicest guy ever.
Two, he is the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video of him in the Rams locker room after the game. He seems amazing.
Or he's the nicest guy ever. Is that your choice? Nicest guy ever?
Or nicest guy ever.
Is it your
I'm going number 2 on that.
Put it up on the screen. Put it up.
No. Oh, man. You held that one close to the vest.
Look at you.
Ohtani and
Coop-Tani.
Listen, Coop, you have to accept this nickname now, dog. That's it. You have to accept it.
He didn't want to hear it. I was telling everybody last night, Coop-Tani met Ohtani.
That is awesome, man.
We know how tall Cooper is. Ohtani is a giant.
And by the way, you see how he's leaning in?
Yeah. Was he like 6'4"?
He's not like, you see pictures sometimes they just stand up straight or lean away like on it, like everything.
Yeah,
and his interpreter was nice. His agent couldn't have been cooler.
Wow.
Like, do you want to get a picture? Like, do you want to get a picture with him? He's like, Ohtani got up. It was his first football game. While we were taking this picture, Derek Carr got intercepted. People going nuts. He didn't turn around to see what was going on. He's just focused on everything.
Oh, okay.
I put Coop in the middle.
Oh, look at you.
I put Coop in the middle. I got to get in.
So
I mean, come on. I'm not
6'4",
kidding around.
6'5"?
And you know I don't do this stuff, right? You know I don't do this stuff. But
you have to at this point, Rick.
Cooper was shoulder on Ohtani.
He got shoulder on Ohtani.
Rich was shoulder on Coop.
And so there you go.
That's awesome. That's cool.
That's pretty dope.
That's the issue.
They're likable.
He's not just likable. He's not just likable. He's undislikable. All right. He does everything. He's so great at everything and effortless at everything and high class. Sue sent me an Instagram reel of cut-ups of him tipping his cap to the opposing manager. Have you seen that? Mm-mm. He does that to the opposing manager, to the opposing pitcher, to the catcher when he steps in for the first time. He's just like perfect in everything. And so great at everything.
さて、いかがでしたか？スタジアムが大騒ぎになっている最中、12歳の少年だけに視線を向け続けた大谷翔平。記録が積み上がれば積み上がるほど、本気なら傲慢さが滲んでも不思議ではありません。しかし彼は、どれだけ偉大になっても、その姿勢を変えない。では、そんな選手は歴史の中でどこに位置するのか。では、ご覧ください。
Is there, in any way, shape, or form, a comp? You know how we talk comps in this business, right?
Yeah.
How do you place in perspective what we are seeing from Shohei Ohtani in 2023, Bob?
There is no comp because Babe Ruth, who was on a Hall of Fame track as a pitcher in the early part of the 20th century, never really did pitch and bat simultaneously at anything like the level Ohtani has. Now, Ruth's batting exploits in the context of his time are greater than anything Ohtani is even doing now in this remarkable streak he's on or period of time that he's on. Ruth stands alone in that respect. His statistics in the 20s and early 30s as a hitter. But he never did it simultaneously. There were a handful of pitching performances after he joined the Yankees, but the Hall of Fame pitching performances are as a Red Sox. That's really the only historical comp. Now, if you want to say that as a hitter, and since he doesn't play the field, he's not the player that Willie Mays was, or a pre-steroid Barry Bonds, or Hank Aaron, or a healthy Mickey Mantle, or whoever you want to mention, or Mike Trout, his teammate, for that matter, when Trout was at his very best. Or that as a pitcher, remarkable as he is, he's not Sandy Koufax, or he's not Pedro Martinez or Randy Johnson at their best, or historically difficult as it is to compare eras, that he's not Walter Johnson or Christy Mathewson. But nobody has ever been simultaneously both a hitter and a pitcher at anything like the level that Ohtani has achieved. Plus, he's doing it in a modern era, which makes comparisons difficult to begin with. The word unicorn has been thrown around about him for years now, and it's actually the best one. He is. People use the word unique, like they'll say it about something. It's very unique. No, unique takes no modifier. It's either unique or it isn't. Okay? So most of the time when someone says something is unique or somebody's unique, they're not. Ohtani is unique.
He definitely is, Bob. I honestly can't stress enough to this audience, as I did at the top of yesterday's program, just how not normal this activity is. He is truly unbelievable, and certainly in light of the fact that when he first started, the general sense of it was, well, he can't do this for more than just a year. So just enjoy the year that he's hitting and pitching. You know, and he's gotten better, and he doesn't seem show any sign of diminishing returns at all.
No, nobody moves the needle for baseball as an entertainment product and as possibly a fan base expanding individual like Ohtani does. If you could read Rob Manfred's mind, and he said there's only one current player that you can put on the lifeboat.
さて、いかがでしたか？比較対象は存在しません。その言葉が意味するのは、野球の歴史そのものを象徴するベーブ・ルースでさえ、大谷翔平の比較対象にはなれないということです。投げて打つ、その両方を同時に成立させた選手は、100年の野球史の中で誰一人いなかった。リッチ・アイゼンたちが言葉を尽くしてでも語り続けるのは、今まさにその唯一無二がグラウンドに立っているからなのです。今回はリッチ・アイゼンが語る大谷翔平をリスペクトする5つの理由をご紹介しました。前人未到の記録、二刀流という唯一無二、勝者のメンタル、品格と謙虚さ、ベーブ・ルースをも超えた存在。個人的に印象的だったのは、リッチ・アイゼンが何度語っても毎回言葉を絞り出すように話しているところです。もう形容詞が残っていないと言いながら、それでも語り続ける。長年アメリカのスポーツを見てきたプロが、これほど言葉を尽くさずにはいられない選手が日本から生まれたという事実を改めて誇らしく思います。そしてその選手を私たちは今リアルタイムで見ることができている。大谷翔平がこれからどんな感情をアメリカのスポーツ界から引き出していくのか、これからも一緒に見届けていきましょう。今回紹介した5つの理由のうち、あなたが最も共感したのはどれですか？ぜひコメント欄で教えてください。最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。この動画が良かったと思っていただけましたら、ぜひ高評価とチャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。